for a quick Devar Torah. In this week's Parsha, we come to the burial of Sarah. Avram goes to Hebron, finds a spot, and he decides this is where he's going to bury Sarah. He finds out who the owner of the burial site is. It's Ephron, the Hittite, and says that, he wants to buy it. Ephron says, wait a minute, we're friends. You live here. We live here. We'll just give it to you. But Avram is insistent. So why is Avram so insistent on buying the property? And Ephron, by the way, continues in negotiations. He says, look, I'm going to give it to you. What's 400 shekels between friends? Which is him saying the price. So yes, Ephron wants to sell it. He doesn't want to give it. And Avram could make a case to take it without buying it. Because remember that the land has been promised to Abraham and his descendants. It'll be our inheritance. Why is Avram so insistent on buying? The reason is this shows true ownership. I could say that some place is mine by inheritance, but unless I have the deed, it isn't mine. This shows that we have the deed to Hebron, the Mount Machpelah, the tomb of the forefathers and mothers. This is a reason that even though we know the land is ours, that we never lost title to it, according to Jewish history. Jews have been living in the land of Israel basically since the days of Joshua. We know this. We know we're the indigenous people to the land, that we were exiled, and that's why many of us were scattered around the world. But we know that it is our land. Even so, we make sure that when we get something, we buy it. And the JNF went and bought property that they gave fair market value to the owners, but they made sure that they would buy the property. And the JNF bought it in the name of the Jewish people. In 1948, the government of Israel took over this land, able to administer it, but it's still owned by the JNF. In Israel, you'll get a deed that says you have the right to the land for 99 years, and the deed self-renews every 99 years, the lease, as it were. But there's about 10% of the land that's privately owned. Hebron is one of those areas, believe it or not. But the key is downtown Hebron is owned by Chabad, the Lubavitcher movement, because in the 18th century, they arrived in Hebron and began buying up property. And again, they have the deeds. If you really want to check this out, you go to the office of the deeds and you will see who actually owns what. The point is, Avram wanted to make sure that there'll be no dispute in the future as to who owns the land. And that is why he was insistent on paying money for it. That he was insistent that this way we know who will own the land. So that means the land is ours by right, that we bought it. We did not steal it, unlike other groups who might say something different, but they're into stealing things, as we well know. Something to think about.